I would love to introduce my CEO. How do you like that for a segue? My CEO, Gadi Saarony.
You're amazing at this stuff. Hi, everyone. She's just too good at this. Now I have to figure out how I'm going to at least match it. Look, it's a privilege to be here. And thank you, Christine, again. You know, it's, I think now I stand before you. It's my 6th year here at Onsemble. And typically what I do is I share industry trends, a bit about Advarra, my appreciation for all that you do for research. Today, no slides. Today, I really want to share some words about this community. I think Christine said very well. It's about community. It's about hope. Standing in front of you here gives me a sense of community. The work that you do gives me a sense of hope. And I want to talk a bit about our responsibility and commitment to serve you, and our need to hear your voice. And I also want to share, reiterate, reinforce our need to not only hear your voice, but the actions that we're taking to shape the future of our products. And this is for the sake of clinical research, for the sake of the sites. You know, last week I got a call from a dear friend back home, and he let me know that he was diagnosed with stage 3 melanoma. And he asked me about clinical trials and who she should turn to for the best possible advice, best possible treatment. And first of all, I reminded him, I'm not a doctor, I'm far from it, but I'm connected to many. And it really reminded me that we're all removed maybe no more than 1 degree of separation from a patient in need. And it's those phone calls that I get from time to time, I'm sure many of you get from time to time, that really have reinforced and continue to reinforce my conviction that my job is meaningful. My job is one that I'm really proud to tell my kids about, because it associates me with all of you who are serving as a bridge between science and the patient. And it's really those types of phone calls that reinforce my convictions that here at Advarra, we need to, and I say this with a lot of humility and sincerity, we need to always seek to do better for you, for this Onsemble community. And you all represent not only this community, but actually the wider clinical research community. And this community is very powerful. It is really thrilling to be associated with it. And you know, look at Onsemble, it's now in its 20th year. OnCore, Clinical Conductor, those communities have been spanning for decades. And you've built something incredibly rare. This isn't just a user group. It's a network of leaders. You show up for each other, you share openly, you learn together. And what stands out to me the most is the passion that you have for the work that you do and how much you genuinely care about one another. And that really matters. That really matters because there's no question you're all navigating a really complex environment and really complex challenges. And through this community, you can tackle them together. The way you exchange ideas, share practical solutions, learn from each other, helps everyone operate more effectively. And my commitment to you is that we're here to help this community overcome those challenges. Now, of course, what makes this community so powerful is that when you bring together your experiences and perspectives, you become a voice of more than just an individual. It's more than just individual feedback that you bring us. You become influence. Your collective voice actively drives the work that we do. And it helps shape the future of Advarra, the future of Clinical Conductor, the future of OnCore. But I also want to acknowledge that while you're helping to shape the future, while your voice is being heard, we need to do a better job showing you that we're listening. We need to show you that your voice really does drive our decisions, and it really does. And we need to, at a minimum, close the loop so you can know where we're investing, what we're prioritizing, and why. And over the next couple of days, you will hear how we're bringing your voice even more directly into our products, into the decisions that we make. And we're introducing the Advarra Voice platform. Christine alluded to it in our opening remarks, which will give you real active participation in what we do, how we do it. And hopefully it's one way, and just one way of demonstrating your direct line of influence on how we prioritize, design, and ultimately deliver our future solutions. Now, we need your voice to be heard because it's your voice that's going to shape our decisions. Now, your voice is critical for many reasons, but one of the key reasons is that it reflects the reality that you face every day. Over the years, the environment that you operate in, the environment we all operate in, has become significantly more complex. You have more systems than ever before, you have more demands from sponsors, from regulators, budgets are much tighter, timelines and expectations around what you do and how you do it is getting more demanding. You're continuously being asked to do more with less. We see the pressure you face, and we know it impacts your everyday work. Look, our CTMS products have served this community well, and they've served them well for a long time, but they need to continue to evolve. In lockstep with the way that you work, and the way that you work that's evolving, and the way that the clinical research environment is evolving. In the near term, our focus is actually pretty simple. We want to make your daily work easier, reduce friction, streamline workflows, give you back your time. We know parts of the system feel cumbersome, and we're addressing that. You will see our bias for action over the next 2 days, but importantly, well beyond these 2 days. We have and will continue to invest heavily in our technology portfolio, particularly our site technology portfolio. You know, well over a third of Advarra's R&D investment goes into site solutions, whether it's OnCore, whether it's Clinical Conductor, whether it's the related products. But we're also investing in our IRB technology. We're also investing in solutions for sponsors and CROs. Look, on the IRB side, the IRB is foundational to our company, and it is a top strategic priority. This year, we're launching the next generation of our platform, Kirby. I think many of you are familiar with that platform. And many new organizations are already using it to support high quality, clear, and efficient IRB reviews. On the sponsor and CRO technology, it's really important that I highlight this. We're making investments there as well. But we're doing so for a very important reason. Because we believe we can do it differently. We believe that we can do it with you in mind. We intend for these technologies that we provide to sponsors and CROs to truly be site-centric. I know site-centric is sort of a loose term that everybody uses, but we have the right, we have the responsibility to make it site-centric. And why is that? Because we have your voice. The work that we're doing on behalf of sponsors and CRO has to reflect your voice. Because at the end of the day, the sites, places that you are working at, are the lifeblood of research. And when sponsor and CRO technologies are built to support the work that you do, everyone performs better, and research moves faster. So, all that said, let's come back to OnCore and Clinical Conductor. We've made investments in modernizing the platform. But I also want to admit that we know that you don't always see the impact. And in some areas, we probably haven't moved as quickly as we should have, or as effectively as you need us to. That's on us. But we're changing that. And I think you'll see it over the next few days, and certainly you'll notice that we've made really reshaped in many respects our product and technology organization, making it such that it can move faster, stay focused, and deliver with greater accountability to you. The future starts now, and we're focused really on two main areas. First and foremost, making the system less cumbersome in the areas that you have identified, and secondly, laying the groundwork to deliver AI capabilities more quickly, but also responsibly. That means improving workflows, reducing clicks, simplifying navigation of the system, making it easier to move from one task to the next. It also means strengthening how our systems connect and exchange data. So you don't have to piece information together across multiple tools, multiple teams. It seamlessly integrates. At the same time, we're building the foundation for what comes next. As I said, this marks the beginning of a new chapter. And AI is an important storyline in that chapter. It's not the only storyline, but it's an important storyline in that chapter and in our future. We're investing in things such as how to reduce manual effort, how to assist the workflows, how to surface better insights, how to support better decisions. We're exploring things like AI-assisted calendar builds, proactive signals that flag risks, predictive modeling for budgets, staffing, and capacity planning. We're taking a thoughtful and very deliberate approach. We're not running fast for the sake of running fast. We're not embracing AI because everybody's throwing around the letters AI. We're doing it because we believe it's foundational to the work that we do, and we believe that it can make your lives easier and better. So our intention is to scale AI in a very reliable and very transparent way, but in a way that's aligned with the unique nuances of the way you work and the unique nuances of clinical research. This, again, I talk about this new chapter, and this marks that next chapter for Advarra. But I also want to state that it's a step change. It's not incremental, slow improvement. It's deliberate, but it's a step change for us. And we're committed to building what comes next. We're going to do it faster. We're going to do it smarter. And we want to do it with you at the center. Before I close, I want to come back to really where I started. This community is where it all begins. Look, technology matters, efficiency matters, AI matters, but what matters most is the power of human connection. What matters most is the power of collaboration. So I encourage you, please take the time to connect with one another, share with one another, learn from one another. Importantly, please take the time to share with us, because we are determined to match your voice with action. Your insights, your expectations, your experiences, your data, they help shape what comes next. So I encourage you, leverage this community. This community embraces you, we're embracing you, and sincerely appreciate everything that you do every single day for your organizations, for the partnerships you give Advarra, and really for the work that you do for humanity. So with that, on behalf of all Advarra, I want to say thank you, I want to say welcome, and I encourage you to enjoy the next few days. Thank you.